Hey guys, I'm going through a reaming operation right now on the thumb studs for some blades. So I figured I'd walk through kind of my tooling setup for this, the way I'm doing it. Mostly for me, but if you guys are interested, then I think that could be helpful. The way I'm doing these right now is I'm using collet holders, so you can see the way these are labeled. Hopefully it's legible. MTB2 is a Morse taper B, which means it's got the threaded for a drawbar sort of deal on the back. 2 is the Morse taper 2 size, so this taper itself is a Morse taper 2, which works with my drill press. And then ER16 is the actual collet size, so we'll get to the collet in a minute. But this is M10. So the M10 means it's an M10 drawbar thread in the back. So I have these pole studs, or I guess it's not a pole stud on this. It would be on like a CNC. When you remove the Morse taper, like collets, from the drill press over here, you have a little, it's called a drift key. Let me see if I can grab it so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So I have this drift key, right? And you can imagine if I was trying to hammer this guy out, I'm jamming this up against this key right here. So that's like a sacrificial part almost, or at least it prevents damage from this taper from happening. So we're putting these in. I won't call it like a sacrificial piece, but it's just as this is my impact point now. So I'm hitting this when I'm removing the tool from the drill press instead of hitting the taper and potentially deforming that or potentially not being able to reach it at all. So that's this guy. We have that. Next step, we have our collet nut up top, and we're gonna have to put our physical collet itself. So this is an 1/8 inch collet. You can see the hole on the top, and hopefully it's marked up here as 1/8 inch somewhere. Yep, ER16 1/8. So that is good. Happy with that. And now you've got to take your collet and kind of snap this in at an angle. If I can do it. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Real easy off camera, I tell you. Okay, I am doing this right. But it's just not in the mood today. There we go. So we've snapped that in. Basically the issue you can have if you don't snap this into place, right now you can see it's sitting pretty close to the surface. If you don't snap it in properly, it'll be sitting way below. Your tool holding will be all wonky, and you don't want that. We have our reamer right here. So you can see we have the flutes on one side, so they're on the top right now. And then we have the actual shank itself right here. So this is an 1/8 inch shank, and we are gonna insert this into the collet itself and make sure we're kind of fully seating that guy down in there. So we've got the kind of minimum tool stick out. I could probably put it in a little bit further, but that'll be, plenty for what we're doing. And we've got contact at all like the critical areas where the collet's doing the clamping. So we got that going for us. And then we're just gonna take this whole thing and thread it together, tighten it down by hand to get it nice and snug. I'm gonna grab one more adjustable wrench to tighten this down because I'm a hack and I don't have big enough wrenches for this actually. This is like a 25 millimeter, I think, and this guy down on bottom is like I don't actually know what size, but it's like 3/4 of an inch or something like that. Whenever you convert that to millimeters, 18 mil. So technically I've got wrenches for it, but the adjustables I can kind of get to the proper tightness and everything, and that, I don't know, makes me feel more comfortable. So we're just going to tighten that down. Technically I should probably be using a torque wrench on this, but it's gonna be fine. All I'm doing is reaming out holes on a drill press. It's not like we're seeing huge cutting loads. So that's the whole tool, all assembled and everything. Basically now all I gotta do is stick this up in the drill press. I'm gonna check, make sure everything's running. Concentric might be the right word for that, but make sure I've got low run out in the tool. So we're gonna check it. I'm gonna put a little feeler finger on this right here and spin it slowly and verify that everything's kind of happy and not wobbling around when I'm cutting. Then I'm gonna go and ream some holes. So thanks for watching. If you got any questions about this setup, why I'm doing it this way, or what's wrong with me and why I'm doing this way, then please reach out, let me know. Otherwise, have a good one.